So a lot of companies were reporting earnings this last week. We had tariff news, we had Fed rate decisions, and Cronos Coin was performing wonderfully and it's kind of stumbled downward. Well, what if I told you next week we could have an insane amount of volatility as well? More than 100 S&P 500 companies are going to be reporting their earnings next week. These earnings cause volatility in the stock market. And whether we like it or not, the stock market and crypto are still correlated to a certain point. Now, lately, the stock market arguably has been outperforming crypto, mostly altcoins. Bitcoin has been performing well. It obviously took a new high. But CRO, if you take a peek at the chart for it, got all the way up to 15 cents on partnerships with the president, on testing payments with Crypto.com, with the Arab Emirates Airlines. There's a lot of good news that has kind of driven this price up, along with Ethereum getting this beautiful explosion. But yesterday we were talking about how Ethereum needs to hold this level for CRO to go higher. Well, it looks like it might want to hold. We've got 8 hours left, and this weekly candle, just kind of right around this range, needs to hold this level. We've wicked lower, but here we are, just right under it. There's a chance this weekly candle could find a bounce here. I'd like to see it and continue to the upside. But we do have to be cautious about this volatility next week. Could it be good? Could it be bad? Well, let's discuss it in this video. And I want to talk about my belief on the $1 CRO coin price. It's a price level that we've all been hoping for CRO. If you're a CRO coin holder, is it possible? Is it reasonable to see it in 2025? Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. Please note, nothing here is financial advice. This is the Crypto Report. I am Crypto Kip, and boy, do I love crypto. But I do know that these S&P 500 earnings have been quite volatile. I mean, we saw Coinbase and MicroStrategy report earnings very recently, and those stocks came wildly down, even though these crypto stocks are tremendous. Look at this, down 8%, down 16%. These are big moves for these stocks, and it reflects exactly with the crypto market. So the stock market has kind of retraced from the highs. Crypto stocks have retraced from the highs, and so has Bitcoin. Taking a peek at this, Bitcoin is maybe finding this rejection at this kind of double top fearful moment. Now, I'm not calling it a double top. I'm not calling it a bear market, guys. I'm quite bullish on crypto still, but reasonably fearful of a potential bounce for Bitcoin off 110, maybe even down to $100,000. I just think it's quite possible. But you got to remember that if this altcoin season is truly coming, and now we have fantastic odds of a rate cut in September, that altcoin season hypothetically is still ahead of us, guys. That is what we've seen historically. That is what we want to see. But generally, let's look at the last 7 days. The last 7 days have been quite red, right, for crypto overall. Now, CRO Coin is not one of the biggest losers over the last 7 days. That's good to see. It's actually holding up its price pretty darn well right now. In fact, it's still ranked number 30 in the top 30 of cryptos of all time. An absolutely awesome place for CRO Coin to be. But what we got to keep an eye on is kind of this broader market trend in order to get that CRO pump, and Bitcoin could be kind of testing some of these bounds. Now, what I'd like to see is Bitcoin maybe have just bounced, actually. Let's just take a peek at Bitcoin really quickly so we can kind of get an idea of what's going on with CRO today. You'll see that Bitcoin actually got very close to the 110,000 level, got down to 111K. Now, that could be a bounce. We might see it come back down to 110. We could see it come lower potentially. But if these earnings are positive, and we had some positive earnings last week, maybe there is some kind of rally that happens in the market, despite the U.S. jobs data that kind of drove markets lower. I think maybe that fear moved these markets down to that jobs data. But as people realize that the jobs data means rate cuts, I believe that could be looked at as a very bullish thing, leading me to an area of hope for a bounce for Ethereum here. And you need Ethereum to bounce to get CRO to continue back up. Yesterday, I talked about the 10-cent price levels being a level of support for CRO. So is 12 cents. We might not see it go back down to 12 cents. Maybe that was the bounce there. I mean, maybe that's the area where we're going to be testing. 10 cents is achievable as well. I'd be really surprised if we went below 10 cents with this Fed rate cut data. and I expect Ethereum to hold. I expect there to be an altcoin season. Personally, I believe there is a great opportunity for CRO to go to $1. In fact, maybe much higher. But we are running out of time. And next week, there's going to be some volatility. On the volatility, guys, I like to trade. I like to trade these markets. There's so many moves for Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins like CRO, Pepe, Sheeb, whatever you want to trade, whether it's a large cap meme or Bitcoin. You can sign up to Blowfin or Bit2X in the description. These are the affiliates that we have in the description of this video down below with free sign-up bonuses, by the way. Trading's not for everybody. You can do demo trading where you're playing with fake money. You could do actual leverage trading where you could do 2x or 10x or higher leverage. You could do very high leverage. I like to use like 20x and under personally. Sometimes I'll dabble with higher leverage. But as we see this news kind of coming in, even if there's a dip because of this, which it seems like earnings have presented dips lately, even though they've been positive earnings, I think it's a buying opportunity still. I have a hard time believing that this is the end of the bull market. And when I say this, I want to zoom back out and show you guys, again, the weekly time frame. Yes, there was this sort of double top formation that happened from 2021 that is kind of playing out again. But with all the institutional demand and everything going on for crypto, I would have a hard time believing this is the end. We still have time left for this bull market. Should hypothetically be a bull market into October or November, at least, of this year, leading me to, yes, a bullish outlook on CRO right now even. I mean, if CRO goes from a bounce to 10 cents to $1, that's a 10x, which is an incredible, life-changing multiplication of your money. Is it possible? Yes. Is it absolutely, going to happen? No. I mean, you can't have any absolutes or no guarantees in this space. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm here to report on the price action, the news, the broader news, and how it relates to, in this video, particularly CRO. We saw the dip because of the jobs reports, but we have this news about a Fed rate cut potentially coming, and that, my friends, is a very bullish story. A lot of these coins are on discounts. XRP is below $3. I think that's a discount. That's beautiful. Dogecoin's testing its key level. We have a lot of these coins testing their key levels. Ethereum as well. If Ethereum can hold here, and this Fed data could suggest a bounce for Ethereum, we might see that altcoin season. We could see that big boom coming for CRO sooner rather than later because, again, these bull markets last about 1,070 days. From the lows to the highs, 1,070 days. And literally right now, from the low to where we're at today, we are currently, we are 1,000 days into this thing, just around 1,000 days, which means we have just under 100 days left, 70 or 80 days left in this bull market. Where does that bring us into? That brings us into August, September, October, and I think there's a chance we might extend into November as well, because November is historically quite a bullish month. If you want to make the argument that we're going to go into 2026, well, I want to hear that from you guys in the comments down below. Do you believe this is a super cycle? Do you believe this is an extended bull market? Or is there something else you're thinking about? I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Check out the affiliates in the description of this video as well. If you want to do some trading, sign up for Blowfin or Bit2X in the description down below. Take advantage of those free sign-up bonuses. That's all I have for you in this one, guys. I believe in the dollar CRO still. I think it's easy. Personally, that's my opinion. I want to hear yours in the chat. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, DCA HODL. I got 2 videos for you right here if you want to check them out, guys. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.